Thanks, Riaz. It's just coming up on 6:30. Police and the SPCA are investigating after a tragic ending to the search for 6 dogs that were originally reported as missing in Langley last week. Police confirm all 6 dogs are dead. Their bodies have been recovered from Abbotsford and turned over to the SPCA. The dog walker who reported the animals as missing has told Pet Searchers Canada she found them dead in the back of her pickup truck on a hot day. It's believed the dogs died from heat stroke. The woman originally told investigators the dogs were left in her vehicle with the windows open and with drinking water inside, but in a moment of panic, she fabricated the story of the animals being stolen.
Obviously, she was neglectful, and it should never happen to start with. But when it did happen, she didn't do the right thing, and she panicked, and she realizes now that she couldn't get away with it, and it wasn't the right thing to do, and she turned herself into the police.
Langley RCMP say the investigation is ongoing. No charges have been laid at this time. Vancouver police are investigating an apparent home invasion overnight. It happened on Kingsway near Slocan at about 1 o'clock this morning. We're awaiting an update from police, but there are reports a woman was tied up and 2 men were taken at gunpoint. It's believed those men were later found about a block away. There's no word on any arrests. Surrey RCMP are asking for witnesses to come forward after an incident with a pickup truck left a man in critical condition. Late yesterday afternoon, a group of people gathered at 128A Street and 100th Avenue. It's believed the pickup driver was apparently giving people rides. The victim fell out of the truck and smashed his head on the pavement. He was taken to Royal Columbian Hospital in New Westminster for treatment. Grief counselors are expected to be at a Prince George High School this morning after the deaths of 2 teenagers at a local lake over the weekend. The bodies of a young man and woman were found inside a car after it was pulled from the water. Investigators say a large graduation party had been held in the area the night before. While police have not confirmed the identities of the victims, social media has identified the pair as Kendall Moore and Craig Woods. The 2 students went to DP Todd Secondary, which held its prom on Saturday night. A suspect is in custody after an elderly man was found dead inside a Tawasin home over the weekend. Very few details have been released. The man's body was found at a house in the 4900 block of 5th Avenue. It's believed the victim and the suspect knew each other, but so far, no charges have been laid.
At this time, the Delta Police do want to say there is no risk to the public, and we don't believe that this was a random event.
A 25-year-old man is expected to appear in court today in connection with a series of sexual assaults along the Cambie Street corridor in Vancouver. 3 women were attacked over a span of 4 days. The first incident happened last Monday near West 37th Avenue in Cambie. The second and third assaults happened on Wednesday and Thursday in the same area. In each case, officers say victims described a similar suspect, and police were able to release a composite sketch of the person they were looking for. A man was arrested on Friday by an officer patrolling the Cambie corridor. A judge has ruled Oscar Pistorius will undergo a psychiatric evaluation next week, which will postpone the court proceedings at his murder trial until the end of June. A psychiatrist had testified for the defense that Pistorius had an anxiety disorder, which may have contributed to him fatally shooting his girlfriend, Reva Steenkamp, at his home last year. The double amputee Olympian must attend a facility in Pretoria every day for an evaluation by a panel of mental health experts. That evaluation is expected to take 30 days. 5 people are dead and at least another 15 have been injured after a cargo train derailed and crashed into a passenger train near Moscow. The injured were carried away from the scene as emergency services arrived. Russia's Interior Ministry says almost 400 tickets were purchased for the passenger train. There are now more flood concerns in Serbia thanks to the highest rainfall ever recorded along the Danube River. But there's now hope that Europe's second largest river will remain within the limits of flood defenses, even as smaller swollen rivers flow in. Recent flooding in Serbia, Bosnia, and Croatia in past days has forced 500,000 people out of their homes and led to at least a dozen deaths.